Whoa. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh, I'm not gonna rap. I be rapping, but I ain't gonna rap today. I ain't gonna do that today. So I guess I should change the background, right? Oh, that's dope. That's fire. I like that. I like how that looks. Hey, yo, if you're watching this on Instagram, man, if you go to the link in my bio and go to the YouTube channel, you can watch it there too. I don't know if I don't know if you're interested in that, but subscribe to the channel. Basically, that's what I'm saying, man. So today we talking about attitude and how it equals altitude. Attitude equals altitude. But first, before we do that, you might be thinking, well, merch life, what the hell is altitude? Right? You might be thinking, what is altitude? So I'm gonna give you the Webster's altitude define. I'm gonna give you the Webster's dictionary definition of altitude real quick. So altitude is the height of an object or a point of relation to sea level or ground level. So basically, your altitude is how high you are, right? Related to the ground or related to sea level. Let's just focus on the height part. So altitude means height. But what does attitude mean? What is attitude? If your attitude determines your altitude, what is your attitude? Your attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something. Hmm. So you're telling me, Merch Life, you're telling me that the way that you the way that you think or feel about something determines the height that you have with that thing? Yes, that's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. So, in any situation, whether it be you trying to sell your product or service, whether it be you trying to parent your child correctly, or whether it be you trying to publish your book and sell your book or write your book or talk about your book or do something involving your book, your attitude about that will determine how high you can go in doing that. Because when your attitude is on point, listen to this. This is the key to this entire message. You ready for this? When your attitude is on point, the facts, the facts do not matter. When your attitude is on point, the facts do not matter. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, the facts are always going to be the facts. This is true. The facts are going to be the facts. But I want you to understand something about those facts. Those facts are literally a perception, right? A perception of what you have going on already. I'm going to give you an example. If I'm outside and I'm trying to sell my stuff and everybody keeps telling me no, everybody keeps saying I'm good, everybody keeps saying get up out of here, I don't want that. It might be a fact that I keep running into non-impulsive people because there's three types of customers: impulsive, non-impulsive, and 50-50. That's another live though. It's a fact that I keep running into non-impulsive customers. However, however, if my attitude is on point, the facts don't matter. And my example is like this. If my attitude is matching that energy of the people saying, no, 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 I don't want to buy, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, then I will continue to find people that don't want to buy. I will continue to find people that are good. I will continue to find people that are okay with not spending their money with me that day. But if my attitude is like, yo, I'm glad they said no, now I can get on to the person that's going to say yes. Yo, that's like the 30th person that told me no. I must be about to make a big sale in this next door. Dang, that's 100 people that told me no. I know the rest of this day about to be easy because I done went through the hard part already. Now, this is a real life example, and I got a video on YouTube showing you this happen in real life. One day, I was merching in Camden, New Jersey, on Mount Ephraim Ave, as a matter of fact. I got halfway through the territory and didn't sell one book. I only had 20 books that day. So my goal was $200. That was all. It was something small, something light. I didn't sell one book. I talked to about 50 people. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, is it the pitch? Is it the appearance? Maybe I should switch something up. I pitched this one dude, and during the pitch, he pulled out some money and was like, here, bro. I looked down and it was $200. It was $200 bills. And I was like, so you want me to sign these, or you want me to just, I was like, do you want me to make them out to someone, or do you want me to just sign them? And he was like, no, bro, you ain't even got to sign. I don't even want the books. That's just for you. That's for you because I like what you're doing. So I got a $200 tip. A $200 tip. The dude did not accept any books. He would not let me give him a book. He was like, I don't got nobody to give it to. I don't got no children. I ain't got no nieces and nephews. I just respect what you're doing. And I was just like, I just felt like I should give you this. He gave me two $100 bills and told me that he respects what I'm doing. Now, let me tell you why my attitude determined my altitude in that situation. What up, Dante? How you feel? My attitude determined my altitude in that situation because if I had been upset, right? If my attitude had matched what was going on, remember I told you when your attitude is on point, the facts do not matter. So if my attitude had matched what was going on, I would have been upset. I would have been frustrated. I would have been like, yo, I'm about to go home. And I would have been like, let me go to a different territory. Ain't nobody buying here. Blah, 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 blah. Bunch of negative stuff, right? Whole bunch of negative stuff. Everything good, bro. We talking about attitude and how it determines your altitude right now. Get excited. What up, PJ255? Get excited. You already know. So if I had done that, if I had let my attitude match what was going on, then that's what it would have been. And I would have continued to reap those same benefits of not having no sales all day. But because I said, you know what, I'm going to rise above how I feel right now. I'm going to rise above the facts. Because when your attitude is on point, the facts don't matter. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just keep pitching people. And I'm going to pretend like I just stepped out here. Like you the first, every person I talk to, I'm going to pretend like they're the first person that I'm talking to. The very first person I talk to all day. And I'm going to give them the best pitch I can. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be smiling. I'm going to give them eye contact. I'm going to make some jokes. They going to laugh. We're going to have some fun. And because I did that to this person, right? Because I didn't approach him with the attitude of, dang, I didn't make no sales. It's been 50 people. Because I didn't approach him with the attitude of, I don't even feel like it, bro. Because I didn't approach him with the attitude of what I had already been through, what the facts were. I was able to get a $200 tip and he didn't even buy a book. So do you know what that means at the end of the day? When I finally sold those 20 books, instead of me having $200, I had $400. So my altitude was set for me to be 200. My altitude was set to be $200 that day. But because I didn't let my situation determine my attitude, I was able to come out on top and actually make double what I set out to make that day, right? Now, when we talk about the facts and we talk about attitude and we talk about how if your attitude is on point, the facts don't matter, you have to be careful. You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful in understanding that you control the narrative. No one else does. You control the narrative. What's up, Chunky? How you feel, man? You woke up? Come on. Oh, I love you so much. Yeah. Say good morning to the Chunky man. Say hi. He's sleepy, y'all. He just got out the bed. Zayden. Your brother about to get you, okay? Yeah, attitude definitely plays a huge role in success in any business. In business, in life, in your relationships, attitude is life is 99% attitude and 1% skill. And I'm gonna tell you like this, Zayden, what you doing? All right. You want to watch TV or something, Chunky Man? Go ahead. Go watch Coco Melon, okay? Go ahead. Turn something on for him. And then, finish what you're doing. I'm gonna tell you like this, yo. Somebody that has the same skill set as you, Queen Thickness, how you feel? What up? Get excited. Somebody that has the same skill set as you, the same training as you, the same background as you, or even a better background, even somebody that got an MBA in what you do, right? Somebody that went to school for what you do is not going to do a better job at what you do if your attitude is better than theirs. I'm gonna say that again. You could be an NBA all-star Olympic basketball player, but with a bad attitude, you're going to suck at that. With a good attitude, somebody that just came off the street that only played at Rutgers and all they know is street ball, they're going to play a better game of basketball than you. Because when your attitude is on point, the facts do not matter, yo. The facts do not matter. So the moral of the story here, because we got 8 minutes left, the moral of the story here is that life is 99% attitude, 1% skill. You have to have a positive attitude in order to get what you want out of life, because negativity only begets negativity. Algebra is the only time where a negative plus a negative equals a positive. It's the only time. And I don't even know how that is possible, because if I take something from you and then I take something else from you, how did you gain anything? You might have gained a lesson about, not being taken from. Yeah. Right. See, but then that's me you see how I automatically do that? That's me having a positive attitude and understanding that when my attitude is on point, the facts don't matter. It doesn't matter that I was taken from twice. Now I know what to do and what not to do for that to happen again. You understand me? So you always got to look at the silver lining in the rain cloud. You always, 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 always have to focus on the steam and not the boiling. You always got to be the person that's like, well, that might have happened for a reason. And I don't know the reason specifically right now in this moment, but I do know that everything is happening for me and not to me. Because if you can think like that, right? If you can frame your life in that manner, everything that goes on is helping you. Everything that goes on, it will amaze you how much you benefit from even the seemingly negative situations. It will amaze you how you change things around in the midst of anguish because your attitude is on point, and it affects what's going, and the facts don't matter. So get excited. Attitude determines altitude. So if you want to go higher, you got to vibrate higher. If you want to be a better salesperson, if you want to be a better business person, if you want to be a better author, if you want to be a better parent, you have to look at the bright side. And there always is a bright side. You can't, so listen, nothing can exist without having two sides. Have you ever seen a one-sided piece of paper? Have you ever seen a one-sided anything? It cannot exist. It cannot exist. There are always two sides to everything. Some things have more than two sides, but there are always two sides to everything. Everything happens for a reason. That happens to teach you a lesson. Keeping a positive attitude is key. You learn more when you are in a positive state of mind. Thank you, PJ255. That was an awesome comment. That was an awesome comment, man. Go ahead and get one of them badges in the comments. I appreciate you. Or you can send some gifts, man. You can send some gifts as well. But your attitude determines your altitude. So if you really want to dive deep into that, if you really want to go deeper, even deeper into that, you might want to welcome the bad stuff. You might want to say to the bad stuff, listen, man, bring it on. Bring it on, because I know that the more you try to change my attitude into a negative, a negative outlook, and the more I maintain a positive attitude, the more positive things will continue to happen to me. So have you ever got a new car or seen a new car, and like somebody around you got a new car, and now everywhere you go you see that car? So the brain does something when that happens. It's called mental recognition. It's called mental recognition. So because that, now mind you, that car was always there. When you got that new car, or when your family member got this new car and now you see that car everywhere, that car was always there. You just notice it now. You just notice it now. So you have to mentally train your mind to have a positive attitude, because when you have a positive attitude, you will start to notice only the positive things. If you want to beat depression, focus on the positives. If you want to get out of that rut that you in mentally, focus on the positives. If you want to make sure that your children are happy as can be most of the time, then focus on the positives. This is something that I had to do for a long time as a father, right? I had to, because I used to do the opposite of this. I'm not gonna lie. I used to do the opposite of this. My son would do something and immediately I'm on his top. Bro, you did this wrong. You should change this. I don't like this. No, 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 no. Super duper negative dad, right? Super duper negative dad, right? But when I started to apply merchology to my life and not just to my business, I started to say, you know what? This is what I liked about what you did, son. This is what I liked about what happened, son. This is what I think you should continue to do. Oh, and by the way, you shouldn't do that part. Peace, peace. What up, a rich education? How you feel? Peace, bro. Ramadan Mubarak. So you got to have the positive attitude, and you have to be able to shift your attitude when you feel like it's getting negative, right? So if my son does something and makes a mistake, especially if it's Zayden, because he's the oldest one around me. If I say, yo, I need you to pick this up and I need you to do this, and he picks something up, but he doesn't do this part right, I'm gonna go to him and I'm gonna say, yo, you picked that up. I appreciate that, man. That's what's up. You did a good job. Good looking. I'm going to over exaggerate the positive, because the attitude that he will have about fixing the thing that he didn't do correctly will be a better attitude if I tell him what he did correctly first. It's called build, break, and then build, right? And I do this with the guys that I train. Well, I don't have any guys now, but when I used to have an office, a sales office, I used to do this with the guys that I train too. So I'm not going to tell you what you did wrong first. I'm going to tell you what you did right. I'm going to praise you for what you did right. I'm going to congratulate you for what you did right. I'm going to sprinkle in what you did wrong. And then I'm going to tell you how to fix it in a positive light. And the reason you have to do that is because if you change a person's attitude about what they're doing and how they feel, it will also change their altitude on the level of what they're doing and how they feel. Imagine you being at your job and your manager is on your top every day telling you what you do wrong. How motivated are you to do the right thing? Now imagine if your manager every day praises you for everything you do right. How motivated are you to continue to do things correctly? Do you know why that is? Because attitude determines altitude. It's as simple as that. And that's one of the principles of merchology. What up, Shanira? How you feel? Thanks for coming through. Evan's son, get excited. Hey man, we getting a lot of people on Instagram today. It's like, yo, yesterday it was everybody was watching on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube, and it's nobody here today, but it's a bunch of people on Instagram, and it's a couple people on Facebook too. So get excited, man. Thank y'all for coming through. I got the earphone like this, so y'all can hear the sound effects and whatnot going on in the, you mean, in the on the back end. You feel me? But Attitude determines altitude. I'm gonna reset one more time so y'all can hear the full message before I get up out of here, because we had 20 minutes now, so we got about 10 minutes left. So, what is altitude? Altitude is, hold up. Altitude is your height or your height of the height of an object from the ground, right? Or sea level. So how high you are is your altitude. Yeah, get excited. You already know. Yeah. Altitude is your height from the ground, right? And your huh? What'd you say? All right. And your attitude is a settled way of thinking or feeling about something. So basically, your way of feeling about something determines how high you can go in that something. If I step on the court with LeBron James right now, yes, I'm talking about wow. I'm talking about the best basketball player in the NBA right now, right? Most people would say he's the GOAT. I'm not here to debate that because I don't even like basketball for real, for real. But if I step on the court with LeBron freaking James, and LeBron James has a bad attitude, he worried about he's stressing because Drake is beefing with Future, or he's upset about his wife going he's upset about his wife taking a trip to Miami and Lil Wayne happened to be there at the same hotel. I don't know. If he's having a bad attitude, a bad day, and his in his head about it. Me, somebody that doesn't play basketball at all, can beat LeBron James at a basketball game. Now you might be saying that's a reach. You might be saying, "No, you tripping, bro. You ain't finna beat LeBron James. I don't care what type of attitude you got." Listen, I'm trying to tell you, your attitude determines your altitude. I've done this many, many times. I have sold things to Chinese people as a salesman, as a black male salesperson, outside sales. Do you know that that's damn near impossible? Chinese people, first of all, they don't buy anything. They don't buy anything, let alone buy it off the street from a black person. It's mind blowing. Yes, I have sold things to Chinese people inside of nail salons, that the owners of the nail salon. Why? Because I come in there with the attitude. I come in there with the confidence. I come in there expecting them to say no, but pitching them like I know they're going to say yes. And I pitch everyone like that. You ever heard aptitude equals altitude? No, I never heard of that, man. So listen, what is aptitude? What is aptitude? I'm going to give y'all the definition of that as well, according to Google. Aptitude is your natural ability to do something. Now, your aptitude can determine your altitude as well. But if you have a natural ability to do something and you have a funny attitude about it, I don't think that you're going to be able to do that something too well. As a matter of fact, I know you won't be able to do that something too well. And I know this from the example that I have of the people that I see on a daily basis. And I tell them, yo, you're good at this. You should continue to do that. And they're like, man, I don't want to do that. I'm shy. I'm like, bro, but you're good at communicating. You should get on camera and talk about what you've been through, man. I ain't telling my story, yo. I'm embarrassed, but I'm not doing that. So you can be good at something, but if your attitude is messed up about it, the skill doesn't really matter. I told you before, life is 99% attitude and 1% skill. 1% skill. This is why the manager at Church's Chicken that's burnt out, that been working there for 30 years, she tired of coming in on other people's shifts. She's tired of working overtime. This is why the new guy, the 16-year-old that he just fired up. He just want to get some money to buy PlayStation games. He just want to spend his chicken on Robux and take his girlfriend on a date. This is why he's going to work 10 times harder than that manager that knows the entire store. She knows every aspect. She know where the bags is at. She know how to change the toilet paper. She know how to clean the fryer. She knows everything about the store. So her aptitude is on point, but her attitude sucks. And that's why that 16-year-old is going to give me better customer service when I come to get my biscuits and honey. That's why that 16-year-old is going to get promoted when the regional manager comes through, because she sees him doing 3 different things and he got a smile on his face while he's doing it. So aptitude never trumps attitude, and skill never trumps attitude. ever in any circumstance. I don't care what it is. Because when your attitude is on point, the facts do not matter. Yeah, that's right, Chunky. Say it again. He said, yeah. When your attitude is on point, the facts do not matter. All right, I'm gonna read this comment. She said, I needed this message today, not gonna lie. It takes a lot to do what I do career-wise, and I struggle in one area, but seeing this live put a different perspective. Thank you. Get excited. Let me screenshot that real quick. You already know. Ooh. I'm gonna use that later. I appreciate you. Get excited. But yeah, man, you gotta have a positive attitude. And remember that nothing is happening to you, it's only happening for you. You gotta be put through the fire in order to be purified if you want to be the best version of yourself. Think about this. You take that ground beef out the refrigerator after you told your son to make sure it's thawed out when you got home, right? What do you got to do with it before it can be a cheeseburger? You got to put that thing through the fire, baby. You ain't finna eat it how it is now. God looking at you right now like, man, I ain't finna eat that how it is now. I'm about to put that thing through the fire, because when you get put through the fire, you get purified. You get all of the germs, the bacteria, the trans fats, the whatever else you ain't supposed to be eating. It gets trimmed away. It gets cut off. It gets pruned away, right? So when you got a house plant that you want to grow, and it's stagnant, it stops growing for a certain moment, you have to prune that thing. That means you got to cut off all of the dead stuff. And that's what happens when you go through something. When you feel like you being tested or you being put through a trial, you're really just getting pruned so that your best parts can be the parts that grow. Ooh, get excited. That man preaching a word today. Listen, you have to not be afraid of going through what you got to go through, because that's what's going to make you better. That's what's going to make you, listen, man. And I can do this with Dragon Ball too. My man Goku, every time Goku dies, he comes back a stronger being. He comes back way better than he was before. You feel me? She said, come on, you better preach. Get excited. You already know. So every time you get put through the fire, you're going to come back a better form of yourself. Think about it like this. Have you ever used sandpaper on something? Have you ever polished something with sandpaper? Every time you polish that thing with sandpaper, it gets scratched. It gets trimmed down a bit, and it might be painful. I don't know if like doorknobs or what would you be sandpaper? I don't know if like shoes or a piece of wood can feel pain. I don't know that for a fact. I know what they told me, but I don't know that for a fact. I don't know if it can feel pain, but I know that if I was sandpapering my skin, that would probably be painful. So the point is, when you sandpaper something and you put it through a purification process, a process that may be painful, a process that may be annoying, it may be you might not want to go through it. You just don't want to go. I'm fasting for Ramadan right now. I don't want to do this. But I know the reward that comes with it. I know the self-discipline that comes with it. I know that I'm going to be able to control myself better. I know that I have integrity that comes. A bunch of stuff comes with it. So when you sandpaper something, what happens to the sandpaper? What happens to the thing that put you through the trial? What happens to the thing that was holding you back, that was making you better, but at the time it seemed like it was making you worse? What happens to that sandpaper? It's balled up. It's used up. You get to throw it away. It's useless now. You can't do nothing with it no more, right? So when you go through your lesson, when you go through your trial, when you go through the tribulation, that lesson, that thing that put you through that is now used up and it's no more good. You don't need it anymore because you've learned from it. You don't need it anymore. But what happens to you? What happens to the thing that was polished? Ooh. What happens to the thing that went through the trial? What happens to the thing that you sandpapered? You come out shiny. You come out looking better. You come out with a clearer mindset. You come out with a stronger will. You come out with everything that you were meant to have before you went through that. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about lessons. If you don't focus on your lesson and learn what you're going through, you're gonna get put through it again, y'all. You're gonna get put through it again, y'all. So your attitude determines your altitude. I'm Merch Life J, motivational, inspirational speaker for parentpreneurs across the globe. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Took his struggle and his strife, learned to monitor his life. Merch like Jay's, darkest towns were all brought to the light. Gave sight of the path of walking in his gift of motivating and all the put down